We're a couple of minutes late, I think, but I really need to get onto these and get a bit more punctual. Thanks for joining in on this live chat. This is a different time. Obviously, I've been doing these live chats at 9:30 a.m. New Zealand time, and whatever that equates to for you, wherever you are in the world. Or if you're in New Zealand, 9:30. And today I'm trying out 11:30. I did do a poll on the channel, just asking around to see what people think, what would be best for times. And a big reason for that was because I'm going to start doing live lessons again as soon as I can. And obviously I want people to be able to join in. So let me know how this time is for you guys. And it's really unfortunate for me that I'd gotten into that habit of 9:30, and it's unfortunate to change it because it's nice to keep things consistent so you guys know when we're having these videos. But yeah, I'm going to give this time a go. It looked like, according to the poll that I did, it looked like around about this time, or maybe 30 minutes earlier, for most people around the world was a lot better. So yeah, please do let me know. I'm flexible, but I would like to find that time and stick to it. Patrick McNellis, we've already got some comments rolling in. Hey Andrew and chat. Christopher Shapir at 6:30 p.m. in Nashville. Well, that seems like a good time. I mean, if someone was wanting to tune in, 6:30, I can dinner time. But Richard Plant, 7:30 here on the East Coast of US. Patrick McNellis was going to say, I like this later time. Great. Brian Schutt. Seems like a good time. Cool. I'm gonna roll with it. Andrew Reday. G'day, Andrew. It's 9:30 a.m. here in Oz. Man, it's beautiful that we've got subscribers from all around the globe. And the idea with this video, and something that I want to continue, is to pick out a really good question. I don't know why I just turned Italian, but for some reason I just turned Italian. Italian grip. Where's my sticks? We've got traditional grip. We've got French, German, American. There's also Italian grip. Don't forget that. Now, I had this really smart question from Michael Belaski. I'm going to read it out to you guys. Hi, Andrew Buddy. Do you show the charts for the viewer's sake, or are you reading? And this is in reference to the Bohemian Rhapsody cover that I did, and I think he's referring to songs in general. I've seen you show and read music for songs that are easily ear trainable. I know some piano players can't play a single improvised note, yet can read classical. Just curious, Michael. It's a really, really good question. It's the kind of question where you could possibly get your back up and say, hey, what are you trying to say? I actually think it's a really smart question. So Michael, hopefully you are watching this. Oops, get that a bit straighter. And I'm going to answer your question as thoroughly as I can. So the first part of your question here, do you show the charts for the viewer's sake, or are you reading? So the answer to that is both. Whenever you see me playing along with a drum chart, doing a cover and playing along with a chart, these are all Drumeo charts. I'm a partner with Drumeo, and I feel like because I can offer you guys, because I'm a partner, I get to offer you guys free trials, right? And I kind of just want to show off some of the features of Drumeo. So that is my reason for rolling the music through. There's other reasons too, in terms of for the viewer's sake, just to let people perhaps who aren't drummers or aren't familiar with how drum music works, just to let you know, hopefully, how drum music works, and if the song is easy, or slow and the music's rolling by relatively slowly and you can keep up and you can follow, that's perfect. That's perfect for me. So in that sense, it's for the viewer, it's for my subscribers to let you know what is on offer over at Drumeo. And it's just, when I first found this feature on Drumeo, my mind was blown. If you want to get a song transcription for the drums, a good one, you normally have to pay anywhere up to $10 US per song. These are free. If you do my trial, you get access to literally thousands of free songs. Every Rush song ever recorded, I'm not sure about every Led Zeppelin song, but a lot of Led Zeppelin songs as well. Black Sabbath, and a whole bunch of new stuff as well. So, yeah, I roll it through just to let people know, what you could expect and what you can get from the site. But it's just a phenomenal resource, and it's free. So I just want to share it. I also think it sort of adds another element to the videos where, some people are fascinated and are. I've had drum students who are fascinated that, there's music for drums? Really? Yeah, there's music? You can get drum music. So they're surprised anyway at that. So again, just trying to share that. In terms of the part of your question, are you reading? Yes, I'm reading. Generally, in my covers, I am reading, and that is because for some reason, I've just decided to make my drum covers note for note. There's a lot of drum covers out there, obviously, of people shredding, what we call shredding, chopping out, doing all kinds of crazy stuff over an existing song. You can think of guys like Estepario Siberiano, guys like that. And that's one thing, and it's great, and I love it. And obviously a lot of people are into that. And yeah, I don't really feel like that's either my strength or, that's not what I've really gotten hired for, or it's just kind of not what I'm really interested in. So I've decided to go down this route of trying to play songs literally note for note. And by rolling the transcription along with my cover, you can get to see every little detail. Like on the Bohemian Rhapsody one, I think somebody commented, where's the hi-hats? And then, you get the transcription, you realize, man, this whole song is played on the right, except for the Wayne's World part. The whole rest of, the verses and everything is on the right. So, and even if, because Michael, you said here, I've seen you show and read music for songs that are easily air trainable. While I agree with you, it depends how detailed you want to get the cover. So I could play a cover of Bohemian Rhapsody, and despite it being a relatively, playable song, despite some of the time signature changes and stuff, the chances that I'm going to get every crash or every bass drum, honestly, for a 6-minute song, it's really unlikely. So I do prefer to use charts. In my gigs, in my gigging life, I don't use charts for the majority of that. If I'm just turning up to a gig and playing, I'm not going to use charts. I just turn up and play, and whatever happens, happens. So it depends. Every situation depends. If it's a theatre production, definitely going to be using that score. And you've put here, I know some piano players can't play a single improvised note. Yeah, that's always amazed me. Yet they can read classical. Okay, so I guess you're asking in a very polite way here, am I able to play without the music? And of course, yeah, I went to jazz school, and it was drilled into us that you learn to improvise. And I see in the classical department of the university that those people were typically not very good at improvising. And they, like you say, they do need that music right in front of them. A lot of the time, generalizing here. So yeah, hopefully I answered your question really thoroughly, Michael. It's a really, really smart question. And without answering it again, the biggest and best answer to your question is that I want to show you guys. I often talk about the Drumeo trial, you know, sign up, get 30 days free on Drumeo. So this is an opportunity to actually show you some of the advantages. You actually get note for note song transcriptions. Yeah. Put it this way, sign up, do the trial, download a 100 songs, you've got $1,000. Basically, you've got $1,000 worth of song transcriptions. So it's pretty crazy. All right, I'm going to get back to your questions. Jeff Senior, I agree this time is much better. Thanks. Wow, great. It's great to hear. Patrick McNellis, yeah, 6:30 and 108 degrees here in Texas. I'm going to transfer. We don't use 108 here. The world would have blown up because we're in Celsius. What is 108 Fahrenheit? Anyone going to beat me to this? Fahrenheit to Celsius. 42. Woo, baby. That is really getting up there. That's uncomfortable. Lawrence Kingkopf, I think it's a very smart question. I struggle to sight read or read music, so I usually memorize it and only read to make sure I know the rest. Yeah, that's a really good tactic, Lawrence. Patrick McNellis, I like the sheet music while watching. Helps me know what you're actually doing and what the notes mean. Again, fantastic. That's the kind of feedback I'd love. Suzanne Bass, Suzanne Lash. Greetings. I'm so glad you could join us. Robert Reynolds, greetings, Andrew, from the Seattle area. Well, most people tune in, I think, are from the States on these live videos, which is interesting. Patrick, yes, springy is late or lurking, or there just hasn't been that's what she said yet, so he hasn't needed to intervene and do his moderation. Minor major, hey, Todd Gaster, what's up, everyone? Talk to me, Andrew. I'm talking to you, Todd. I'm talking to you. John Marimba, Fahrenheit is the one true how not feels. How not feels? Measurement system. Come at me, bro. 100 is hot, 0 is cold. I love it. Oh, okay. He's corrected himself. Fahrenheit is the one true how it feels measurement system. Right. Yeah, so I converted your 108 in Texas to how we measure temperature here. It's 42. Boy, yeah. I don't think I've been in 42 degrees many times in my life. Maybe in Italy. I went there a long time ago. Would have been getting up there. But no, not. That's pretty serious. Here in Auckland, if you hit 30, you're practically swimming around because it's so humid. 30 in Auckland would be pretty much unbearable. Jeff Senior, if I may add an observation on charts, I've found that learning the song tune is essential, but I always try and have and use charts for reference. Yeah, my take on it is I use the chart or the transcription I like to get things right and then put it away. So even simple songs. So if I'm doing a covers gig, I don't know, I gotta play Bad Moon Rising and what are some other simple songs? Sweet Home Alabama, etc., etc. If I had never played those songs before and it was the first time I was going to be playing them, I would probably still chart them out. I get a visual and I get a mental picture of how the song works. 4-bar intro, got it. 8 bars. I'm not writing out every bar note for note. I'm doing like probably something like a Nashville number system, like just a chart, and then okay, it's that, and then 8 bars, and then we get this little 4-bar thing, and you might get a little turnaround that's got a 2/4-bar, and then I get like a mental picture and I just memorize the song so much better that way. And even if it's a simple song, it's makes such a difference if you can attack the different sections with confidence. So if there is a little extra couple of beats in a section, sometimes you might get a 9-bar section or a 7-bar section, then you can feel your way out of them or crash back on the one to bring the whole band in. And people appreciate it. If you're filling in especially, and the whole band's thinking, did he learn that bit properly? Oh, he's filling. He did learn that properly in a big crash. Wow, he learned that bit. So it really helps out. What are we up to? Robert McCambridge, drums. Hi, Andrew. It's a bloody cold one today. Hope you're well. Touch my camera through the fence. That's what she said? Touch my camera through the fence. Like that? Are you a Kiwi, Robert? I probably asked you this before. My apologies. Todd Gasser. I love it when Andrew talks about jazz school. Thank you. It was pretty influential in my career and my... sounds so pretentious to say career. It was so influential in my life, and yeah, I don't know what another word is though. My plane and my livelihood. It was really impactful, so I probably do reference everything back to it. Patrick McNellis is chipping in with a top chat. Have you listened to the music yet? Going to keep bugging you about them. Start with the people. The $5 is for Connor's book collection. Thank you so much, Patrick. I must admit I have not. I've got a lot to listen to, and I've got a little surprise coming up next week, which hopefully goes down well. I'd love to tell you guys what it is, but I don't think I will. No, I'm going to keep it to myself. Suzanne Lash, more Deep Purple? Definitely. Don't think I'll get to it this week or next, but Deep Purple, top of my list. Minor Major. What do I do if I can't find my snare drum? Panic. I had a friend, we've got an island off the coast of Auckland here that hosts a lot of weddings. It's called Waiheke Island. And I've played there, I don't know how many times. And you have to catch a ferry over to this island, and they have really fancy high-end weddings and functions. And I had a friend who went over and he forgot his snare drum. And you're on a little island. What are you going to do? So I said to him, well, what did you do? Because it was a covers gig. Can you imagine playing a night of covers with no snare drum? And he's a really good drummer too. And I said to him, well, what did you do, man? Like, a night of covers with no snare drum? You know what he did? He put his he put his rack tom in the snare basket and hit that all night. Brutal. And I said to him, Did it actually sound like dum, dum, dum? Was it? Did you did you do that all night? And he said, "Yep." Ouch, ouch. You don't realize how important these things are. You know, you just take for granted snare drum, and then you don't have it. The snare drum's so specific with the, obviously with the wires underneath it, you know, giving it that snap backbeat sound. Take that away, whew. Ouch. John Marimba, charts for me are tools to get to the point where at least I internalize the form and any weird time signature things and hits. That's what I just said before, right? So I totally agree. I just learned an Oz Noi Wickle tune, just grooved me. Some pain there, I bet. Oh, Patrick, just clarifying, I need to listen to the music. Not necessarily a reaction. Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. Andrew Rede, would you ever do a week of reacting to female drummers? It's a great idea. I watched an hour-long interview with Hannah Welton on the Drumeo channel and was amazed. Was she the Prince drummer? I think I've seen part, maybe all of that, if I'm getting the right person here. Hannah Welton. Let me check. Pretty sure we're talking about the same interview. Yes. Yeah, that was really, really good. What else we got here? It's a good idea. Another thing to do. People talking about the options when you don't have a snare. Oh man. Snare basket as well. I had a professional theatre gig, first rehearsal with the cast. And these things, man, you get a big theatre production gig, very few rehearsals. The higher up the food chain you get on those type of gigs, the less prep you get. People just expect that you're going to knock it out of the park. And I had one of these rehearsals. I turned up, setting up all the gear and everything. Do you think I brought my snare stand? Of all things, no snare stand. And what do you do without a snare stand? So here I am, little Andrew Rooney, at this big theatre production. We've got people everywhere. The producer's sitting there going, MD, you know, and the whole cast singing. And little Andrew Rooney's got a snare on a chair. Epic fail. You think you're going to get resonance hitting a snare on a chair? No. What else we got? John Marimba, splash cymbal on a small tom. Okay. And try to hit it along with closed hat. Okay. That could work. Death Bruce. Andrew, this is not a question, but more of a comment. Keep up the great work. Yeah. I enjoy your channel. And keep grinding away, my friend. That's what she said. No, thank you very much, Death Bruce. MB, are you related to Steve Rooney then? Sorry, maybe a stupid question. No, that's not a stupid question. No, I'm not related. Not that we know of. And yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed the chats. He's a fantastic drummer and a great teacher. Really happy to get him on with the I think we had him for 4 or 5 episodes. Really good guy. And obviously, as you could see on those chats, hopefully really good chemistry. You know, it's hard to get a word in. Everybody's just wah, so excited to talk to each other. Sammy boy, how do you keep your hair so good looking? Now, this is one of the most common questions I get on the channel. How do you use products? You know, all that kind of stuff. And I think it's just genetics, but talent. It's talent. What else we got? Jangles. Hey yeah, Andy Roo. Hey yeah, man. John Marumba, here's another hack. If you don't have a snare, steal some dried beans from catering and drop them inside a tom. I don't want to put food inside my drums. Minor major. I tried, was forced since my bandmate lost it. Playing reggae without the hi-hat clutch. Ooh. Man, that's tough. Playing rock reggae now with open hi-hats. Oh, MB, again, hold on. Met him at Drum Tech in London. No way. Talking about Stephen Rooney here. Wow. Okay. Actually, we've stumbled across a really good topic here. Scott W. Drums has just called it My Drum Horror Story. That's a great idea for an episode or a video. Anyway, Scott W. Drums. My Drum Horror Story. School showed up to a jazz band competition with no drum set because they thought one was being provided. Had to ask another school if I could use their gear in complete panic. Oh, man. Yeah. And then you're just on someone else's gear and you've got to... Yeah, it's not ideal. MB, we hold a degree of separation, this is with Steve Rooney, and that I know Mark from Kill to This, which was one of Steve's bands. My favourite band of Steve's was Profane. Supported them once. Small world. So MB, you're English? You're based in England, I'm assuming? Let me know, and hopefully you've been enjoying the chats with Steve. Jangles, I've had you on since the beginning, but dialysis day, and I kept dozing off. Good Lord, Jangles. Yeah, thoughts with you. Hope you're doing very well. MB, session drummer in the UK? Okay. Now, there was another question I was going to get to. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh. Okay. This one is a bit of a deep cut. It's not a question, it's more of an observation. The video thumbnail, this is for one of the previous videos, but using the same thumbnail image. The video thumbnail picture reminds me of the cover of Donald Fagen's Nightfly record. And then edit, after a second look, that must have been your intention, or the coincidence is uncanny. Very, very well spotted. It is indeed an homage to the Nightfly Donald Fagen record. Have a look at the thumbnail of this video, and then have a look at the thumbnail for Donald Fagen, the Nightfly, and you'll see a very clear homage to Donald Fagen's The Nightfly. MB, love your channel, really varied and honest. I really appreciate that. That was part of the reason for doing the live chats, and part of the reason for doing a series of videos which, to be completely honest, haven't had a lot of views, which are the things I learned at jazz school, and part of that series was drum teacher rants, gig fails, all of those videos that I was doing. Those are just like me speaking to the camera. There's no production or microphone or anything. And that is just all about being completely unfiltered honest. Not saying that I'm lying for the rest of the time, but it's just like real deep cut stuff that I probably haven't really shared before. So I really appreciate that you I appreciate you for appreciating the honesty, and I hope you appreciate that. Christopher Shapir, did you have a slice of cake for Stuart Copeland's 70th birthday? 70 makes me feel old. 70. He's doing well for 70. He is, man, he seems fit and like mentally really on the ball all the time. He's doing well. Love me some Donny. Sammy boy, Donny. Donny? Who's Donny? I'm out of the sync with the conversation now. Minor major, did you ever play with a bassist that had no feel or time? I've been pretty lucky. I guess no. I mean, I've always really played with professionals because that sounds awfully. This is a pretentious day, but pretty much from when I started playing, I was gigging. So I was playing with people who were normally a lot better than me. So I'll put it this way: if I'm in a school situation and I might find myself on the drums. I remember this happened at a like a school production thing, and I had to jump on, and you know the school bassist was playing. Then you really feel it, and you're like, "Whoa, okay, this is what it's like playing with people who are not as experienced." That's all it is. It's not a judgment. It's just I'm not as experienced. I've got to really drive the bus here, and you know this person has no idea of time. It was quite funny actually that particular situation I'm thinking of was it was a girl on bass, and she thought she was really good. She wasn't. So not because she's a girl. Oh God, man, I need some more coffee. This is often the case with school age students. Not all of them, a lot of them. They sort of get those fundamentals down, and you know they can play higher ground. And it's like I'm the best bass player in the world. It's like, man, you have no idea. So yeah, that always puts things in perspective and reminds me how lucky I am. It's probably more the other way, where I'm just like, have you ever played with bassists where it feels like you're out of your league? And I have. You feel it with a pro bassist, and I played with many. You feel it. That's what she said. But there's just like a security, like a empathy. This has turned into like a dating live video all of a sudden. I'm a sensitive Virgo who likes long walks on the beach and poetry by moonlight. Our neighbours just turned up to play with my boy, and my boy's at soccer camp, so that's why I'm waving. I'm way off topic. What were we talking about? I was doing my dating profile for you guys, wasn't I? Okay, I'm going to get back to the comments because I've had way too much River Rock coffee and I'm just talking absolute bollocks now. Oh, right. Sammy clarifying. He said he loves some Donny. And then, yeah, Donny, we're talking about Donald Fagen. Right, gotcha. Helen, I think, how could that be possible? Speaking of the bassist situation. Yeah, right. Bassists. People always talk about, you know, who's the best drummer and drum, who's got the best feel. What I always find interesting is people never talk about the rhythm section. It's like, which rhythm section has got the best feel? You could have the best drum feel in the world. If your bassist isn't good, there's no point. You're going to sound like garbage. So to me, it's always working as a team when it comes to the bass and the drums. It's always about working as a team. I've played with really good bassists who, for whatever reason, we don't connect. It's not bad, but it's just, there's no magic there. It's just, you can tell it's a fight. It's just not, it's not happening. And then you'll play with another bassist, boom. It's like you're floating on a cloud for 3 hours. It's so easy and simple, and the bassist might not be, they might not even be as good. But it's just a good fit for you and where you feel the beat, or maybe, or the other part of this is maybe they're so good they're just moving their time center to fit with you. But it's all about the team. It's all about the team. It's not about the drums, for me, which is interesting because we get a lot of, the channel obviously is very drum centric, but that's actually not been my life or my career playing drums really at all. I was never worried about chops or anything. And there's going to be people out there who say, yeah, I can tell. But for me, it's always been about the music. And the number one question for me when I'm gigging is always, is the dance floor full? Is the dance floor full? If it's a theatre production or something like that, it's just always, I just always want to be invisible. Sort of the philosophy of almost being like water, where it's just so good and in the pocket that it's like you're not even there. It's just there. It's just happening. That's more how I always approach my drums, as opposed to like, whoa, look at this, how fast this is, and look at this chop. Like, that's never really, I've gotten a little bit more into that doing these videos, but that was never what I based my personal playing and my what I got hired for. What else we got here? Patrick McNellis. I liked the video about the revamp of the intro fill of your videos. Not sure if you have answered this before, but the small photos that pop up, what are those about? That is, Patrick, that is one of the most common questions I've had on this channel. I have actually answered it a few times, and I'm more than happy to answer it for you. So that is all about, that was one of the very first reaction videos I made, which was Vinnie Colaiuta, Joan Rivers showcase. Patrick, it is another one of these videos that no one on the channel has watched. Let's see how many views it's got. It won't have many. Vinnie Colaiuta, one of the greatest drummers of all time, without question, and one of the earliest videos I made. It's over 2 years old, and that video has only got 2,000 views. Amazing. Amazing. And this is one of the videos, obviously early on, before I started getting requests or people started suggesting what I should check out, I did videos that I already knew and that I wanted to share with the viewers. And that was one of the first ones. It might have been the first reaction. It might have been the first reaction video I did. How can I check that? So, anyway, to answer your question, Patrick, what you're seeing in my reaction intro is stills from that video. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Otherwise, I'll try and explain it better. But yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit sad that people don't check out all the videos, especially the ones that I like. John Marimba, to quote David Garibaldi, count mother bleeper. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy Igoe put it a good way too. It was, I don't want to misquote him, but it was something along the lines of, don't guess with counting, especially your time signature stuff. You know, don't guess. Don't think you're playing in 5 or 7. Play in 5 or 7. You don't guess it. Count. Oh, Patrick McNellis. The smaller photos in my intro thing ends with a guy with an afro. Yeah. Please do check out I'm going to put a link. I am going to put a link to what I believe is my first ever reaction video, which I then cut up to make my reaction intro. Boy, you're in for a treat watching that video. I was a lot more quiet and yeah, I've just put it in the chat. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. You know, COVID had just hit. We were in lockdown. I lost my job. Well, my gigging job anyway. And I was thinking, right, is this it? Is this the end of the world? What the hell's going on here? And I was doing a thing at the time called Coffee with Rooney. Cheesy, I know. And all that was I was doing a live video every day, was at the start of the first lockdown here at least, and I was just doing a live video every day, and it was just me literally just making a coffee and talking on a live Facebook video, because I could see people freaking out about COVID, about lockdown, you know, lost their jobs, and rightfully so, right? So I was just doing this thing called Coffee with Rooney, and I was just talking. And a lot of people did tune in, actually, and, you know, just back and forth and talking about how crazy this was. And then that sort of transitioned. I sort of had this epiphany, this light bulb that, you know, people want to be part of some kind of community and they want some kind of group, but, you know, Facebook groups and that, it's just it can get a little bit Lord of the Flies-ish, or just plain weird sometimes. So I guess I combined this Coffee with Rooney idea of just being there for people, trying to provide some laughs and entertainment with drums. And then I thought, you know, how can I get people interested in drums and excited about drums and talking about drums, and this is what we've ended up with. We've ended up with this amazing community, which I'm really just so over the moon with. We're coming up to 100,000 subscribers, guys. And some of you out there have been there the whole way. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So it was also cool to see that, you know, over COVID and losing my job again with gigging and stuff, that something good came out of it. Because if I had just steamrolled on and just kept teaching, gigging, and, you know, not to mention family life and everything, I would never have stopped and had a chance to just have a bit of fun and be a dork on camera and you know, and watch videos. And you're also putting yourself out there. You know, if you watch something for the first time and you share that with people, obviously they get to relive it again. You know, especially like the Rush people or the Led Zeppelin people. Not everybody, I guess. If you're really passionate about something, I guess you get to relive that again through someone else's eyes. And it's just, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, Patrick, you're going to check that out? Cool. Yeah, so that link, yeah, it is the first reaction. I think it is the first reaction I ever did, so hopefully you enjoy it. Oh, Patrick, I totally missed that. I will jump on it. That's what she said. You guys are bringing the that's what she said today. Jangles. People tend to love seeing people react to videos that are polar or from what they know do. I know I do. Minor major. The Meshuggah bleed video got me hooked on you. That's great. And look, I got a lot of flack in some of these videos. Mainly that one. No, not mainly that one. On all kinds of videos. People will get really fired up and upset. And I guess this is because they're so into these groups. And it just makes me laugh because this sort of comes back to the honesty thing. You know, I watched the bleed video and it's just like, this is so... I've never listened to anything like this. I've never watched anything like this. Could I go and find the bleed transcription on Drumeo? Maybe I could have. And then I could have analyzed it for a day or two and told you exactly what's happening, and we got herders on the bass drums. But that's not a reaction. But you still get people coming in and saying, "Oh, you're a drum teacher and you don't know what he's doing." Hopefully that is part of the charm of this, that I'm being completely honest. I'm not afraid to say I don't know what they're doing. Could I analyze it and understand it better? Of course I can. But that's not the deal, and it's not honest. Same with the Numa video. I think there are transcriptions on Drumeo now of Numa. And that would be interesting to go through and analyze it, but they've already done that on Drumeo. And I'm probably not going to be able to do a better job than what they do. So, yeah, I just watched it and, I just said, honestly, this is so crazy. It's so far out of my league. I can't understand. I don't even know what the modulations are here or the time signatures or anything. But yeah, I guess some people just don't get that. And they think very strangely that a drum teacher should know exactly what's going on at all times. And boy, that is not how teaching works, I tell you. If I knew what was going on at all times and I could play it, I would be playing for Tool. It's just bizarre. What else we got? Christopher Shapir. Yeah, I love being exposed, that's what she said, to music I don't normally listen to. Yes, great point, Christopher. That's just part of the beauty of it. All the heavy stuff and all the proggy stuff, and then, you end up going to Craig Blundell, gave me tickets to go and watch some of that crazy Steve Hackett stuff. It's just amazing how things have changed for me, and yeah, it's really, really cool. George Marciano. Hello, Andrew, your friend from Long Island, New York. When are you going to react to the Warning live at TEDx doing Unmendable? Paul really beats the drums pretty hard and very young for that matter. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check that out. John Marimba. Yay, go Rooney. 100K. The question is, will you use your son's 100K plaque or YouTube's? Or my vote, both. I think, and I've talked to my wife about this, I think realistically, moving forward, we need a proper room and a proper set where we can actually put things on the wall. We're in a very, very small house here, and I do these videos in my dining room, at my dining room table. So we've got absolutely no space for any of that at the moment. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it'd be pretty exciting to get a 100K plaque. So we'll see. We will see. Richard Plant, we're only human. I think you're talking in terms of just being honest and, if you don't know something, if you don't know what the drummer's doing, just put your hand up and say, I don't understand it. Isn't that a good thing? I would have thought that is a good thing. It's not, you know, yeah. Anyway, Richard Plant, honest reaction is very entertaining and sometimes educational. Yeah, I mean, if you want education, you might want to go to my lesson stuff or my analysis videos. I've done really, really in-depth analysis videos on the channel. I'm really aware that not everybody is going to get recommended by YouTube every video I do. So if I do, let's say I do a drum teacher rants and I pick a topic, that video is probably not going to reach everybody, and I can tell by the numbers it doesn't. If I do a reaction video, a lot of people who are subscribed, they're going to get that video. If I do an interview, not everybody gets it. I'm aware of that, but yeah, if you dig around on the channel, you will find analysis videos, and you can type analysis into my search bar. Kapaklia, what's up? Soren, hopefully I'm saying this right. Soren Jorgensen. I love the Led Zeppelin reactions. Could seriously be ready to watch you react to all 92 Led Zeppelin songs. I think I need to do covers of every Led Zeppelin song. That'd be fun as well. Chill Monster. The only stupid question is the one that isn't asked. Yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I feel like people get used to a lot of BS online, and people pretending to be sort of gurus of areas where they may or may not be. And they're not used to somebody who's, I guess, in some kind of authority position saying they don't know something. It's just bizarre to me. I just don't understand. I guess I've seen enough, I've played enough, and I've been around long enough to know what's real and what isn't. And yeah, trust me, no one knows everything. It's like the people who say, I got one yesterday. What was it? Oh, it was about it was a Black Sabbath video. It was the first one I ever did, Hand of Doom. And someone commented and said, how can you be a drum teacher if you don't know this song? Or how can you be a drum teacher if you don't know Black Sabbath? The answer is very easily, because there are a lot of bands around. There are a lot of drummers around. Oh yeah, but Black Sabbath's so important. So are other bands. You know, I could say, if someone said, how can you not know, you can't be a drum teacher, you don't know about Bill Ward and you don't know about Black Sabbath. So I could say to that person, well, do you know about Tony Thompson? Do you know about Charles Collins? Do you know about Jim Gordon? Because each of those drummers made about 500 times the music that Bill Ward did, and they are at least as influential. And so I could throw that back. Like, is this a competition to know as many drummers' names as possible? Like, I just don't understand. Michael Pulaski, you've joined in. Have you just joined in? Because I answered your question in depth at the start of the video. I'm going to go back. What was your question? I'm assuming you've just joined in, Michael. So you might have missed the answer. So the whole point of this video here was to answer this question from Michael Pulaski. Hi Andrew, buddy. Do you show the charts for the viewer's sake, or are you reading? I've seen you show and read music for songs that are easily ear trainable. I know some piano players can't play a single improvised note, yet can read classical. Just curious, Michael. So Michael, if you did just join in, please go back to the start, and I answered this question in depth. It was a really smart question. It kind of reminds me actually, when I was at jazz school. Now, who was it of you guys that loves it whenever I bring up jazz school? I remember one of my first days at jazz school. And as you all know, improvisation is a key, it's almost a defining part of jazz, improvisation. And we had theory class. And we would get the odd classical person come through, pick up extra credits. They might want to do a paper in jazz improv, and they'll generally, even if they're doing a master's or something, they'll be doing a beginner jazz improv paper because it's difficult and not what they're used to. And I remember we had this girl who I believe had a master's in classical composition or something. And boy, oh boy, whiplash. We're all sitting around and you've got to take a solo over the tune of the week, and everybody takes a solo. Everybody. Drums, bass, guitar, piano. The song just goes on and on and on and on, and we would just go around the class taking solos. And it got to this poor girl, and she had, all these whole lifetime of playing piano behind her, but wasn't used to improvising. Got to her solo. She's sitting there. I don't solo. The improv teacher, solo. Oh, I don't solo. 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 Now. This is where whiplash. People laugh about lip wash. People laugh about lip wash. People laugh about whiplash, but it's actually pretty close. Pretty close to being on the money. We had a very, very awkward situation, and you know what? If there's tears, and it's bye. You're not ready for this class. Bye. It was brutal in that sense. Alex Bieneman, Andrew, my man, glad I'm catching the stream. Man, I can't even speak today. And it looks like I've missed a whole bunch of That's What She Says. Jangles, there was this one time at band camp. Honestly, I could tell you guys some stories. I do tell you guys some stories about jazz school, and there's just plenty of them. There's one time at jazz school. Roy Kaplan, have you seen the Ash Sohn solo where he just leaves a gap? That's what she said, and it's breathtaking. I have seen it. I've done a video on it. Roy, please check it out. Search on my channel. Search for Ash Sohn, and you will find that video. It's the Zildjian live one, and it's so good. Alex Beneman, you and I talked recently. I'm about 6 months in, and your drum pad vids have been very helpful. That's great. That's great. Really glad to hear that. And I am starting up my live lessons again. Those are going to be they'll probably be the same time as this one was today, which was 11:30 local time, an hour ago. And my live videos will be on Thursdays, 11:30 my time. If you're in the States, that'll be a Wednesday. And I think it's just going to be pad. Most people have got a pad. If not, play on your leg or play on a pillow, that's fine. And yeah, we're going to get back into that. The only reason I haven't been doing live lessons is because the mic, I've got a little clip-on, that's what she said, a little clip-on mic that I use for my iPhone, and without that the audio would have just been too crappy. So I got that fixed, and I need to do it during the school term because we're on it's school holidays here at the moment, and everybody just happened to be out of the house. But normally I can't rely on that, and if I've got little Connor running around tearing the house a new one, then I can't really do lessons like that. So yeah, be back onto that. Let's say next week. I've got a little surprise next week though. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. We'll see. Michael Belaski, thanks for answering the questions, buddy. My pleasure, man. It was a really good question. What else we got here? Before I sign off, because it is time to sign off pretty soon, I think. Roy Kaplan, I complimented your brushwork on your video the other day. Oh, black trombone? Yeah, that was cool. What actually found mesmerized me... What... Oh dear. What I actually found mesmerizing was watching your hands. That's what she said. They just flowed so smoothly. She also said that. Thank you so much, Roy. I'm starting to really lose my marbles now. Roy Kaplan, your hands were making this figure 8 pattern. Yeah, you know what? I could do a whole video on brushes. Brushes are tricky. Brushes are tricky because it's not just a case of striking, obviously, a pad. I've seen some dreadful brush drum lessons. Oh, okay, I won't go there. But more or less just people using brushes like you would use sticks. Yeah, no. It's a whole different world with all the swishes and swirls. And you kind of just need to get in there and grab a pair of brushes and try some things out. As long as you've got a consistent flow, you sort of think of the drum head as a clock. So you could think of it like 12, 1, 2. And you want to make sure your hand is at the same spot for every 2 and 4. If you're playing 2 and 4, like if you're playing 2 and 4 jazz, because that hi-hat acts as your backbeat, I guess, in a way in jazz. You just want to make sure that your hands are always reaching the same numbers on that clock on those backbeats, and then you should be okay. But yeah, I could do a brush lesson, I think. I wouldn't say I'm a brush master by any stretch, but I can get by. Alex Benneman, the only thing I would ask for beyond the pad would be incorporation of some simpler right footwork. Think breakbeat basics. Okay. Oh, John Marimba talking about Connor making a cameo. Yeah, he's a little YouTuber in the making. He's off at soccer camp today and for the next 2 days, which leaves me a little bit of time to edit videos. And boy, I tell you what, you guys are in for a treat on tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video was a PayPal request for Sammy Stoll. And I missed, it's the only time I've missed a PayPal request. I got it mixed up with another video. And because the two people requested, and they both had a similar story. They were both actually back from tour. And something happened in my brain, and I got the two videos mixed up, and I thought I had done this video. Anyway, he let me know. He reminded me that, hey, you haven't done my video. So I did it. It's coming out tomorrow. And holy cow, it is good. It is good. And the thing about this video, and the thing I'm scared about with tomorrow's reaction, is that the band in question only has, I believe it was like 190 subscribers on YouTube, which is obviously incredibly low. And I had never heard of the band. I had never heard of the drummer. And I'm really worried that nobody's going to click on tomorrow's video because it might be a new band to people. But what like I keep saying, that's what this channel hopefully is all about. Discovering new music and enjoying the music that we love, but yeah, tomorrow's video it's one of the best. It's one of the best. Yeah, I hope you guys watch it and I hope you like it. Yeah, just tomorrow's video is what it's all about. It really is. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to sign off, and hopefully you guys like this idea of answering, picking out a question that I think is really smart, taking a bit extra time to actually answer it thoroughly. Thank you everybody so much for subscribing, supporting the channel. We're coming up to 100,000 subs. What are we up to? 91.5. Sounds like a radio station. 91.5 subscribers with Andrew Rooney. Yeah, just totally blown away with the support, guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and yeah, lots of really exciting stuff coming up. Just something new popping up every day at the moment. And I hope you appreciate these videos where we get to actually talk and I can read your comments, because to be completely honest, as the channel grows, you get more and more correspondence, you get more and more emails, you get Instagram messages, and I'm not saying this to try and, I'm not saying I'm the man and I'm just so cool and look at me, I'm like Kim Kardashian now. It's just the way it is, that the channel grows, more people become aware of it, and you just get more stuff to deal with. So we've always got this live video where I can at least read out your questions and try and answer them as best as I can. So yeah, thanks again. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you again to Patrick McNellis for chipping in and contributing for more. Man, Connor's going to turn into a book at the moment. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. And hopefully, I really do hope you enjoyed tomorrow's video. With that said, have fun. Have a great day. Ciao.